The Married at First Sight Season 17 couples are back from their honeymoons and moving in together. Some of them are just as perfect as ever, but others aren't feeling emotionally connected anymore. Dr. Pia was putting her license to great use trying to figure out this Orion and Lauren situation. She was really out here fighting for her life and her license. On their way to the airport when they were leaving the honeymoon, Lauren was saying that they had irreconcilable, did I say that word right? Irreconcilable, y'all know what I'm trying to say, differences. And Orion is like, nah, we just going through a rough patch, like we just dealing with some trials and tribulations. This is just new territory for us. And to be quite honest, I feel like it was a little bit of both. It was definitely some irreconcilable differences and some new territory. But at the end of the day, I think he wanted the divorce, and that's why he ended up saying that he wanted the divorce. It was plain and simple, clear as day, and we all know that that's what needs to happen. Now, Lauren was a little shady during that sit down with Dr. Pia.
I can't wait to be in a marriage with someone who wants to try as hard as I do. That's what I'm thinking.
Before Ryan officially came out and said what the hell he actually wanted to say, they were trying this fresh start and reset kind of idea. And I was thinking like, okay, in theory that sounds amazing. You want to start from scratch. But let's think logically here. Human beings are almost incapable of doing that. Yes, you can do it, but like I said in previous videos, people always want to talk about the forgive and forget scenario and how, yeah, I'll forgive and I'll never forget. But you need to be able to forgive and forget. And no, I don't mean forget means that you'll never think about it again. But forget means that you're not going to be bringing it up every single time something happens, or it's not looming in the back of your head. You do need to be able to forget in order to move on. And Orion simply was not able to do that. And I don't fault him for that, but that's the reality. Lauren was wrong for what she said, period. And I know some of y'all don't agree with me when I say that, especially because that is coming from me as a black woman. But she was wrong. She should have not called that man a racial slur. No, I don't think she is racist. No, I don't think she intended it to be racist. But it was. Facts are facts. You cannot tell me that if a person of another race looked at a black person and said, I understand why they call you guys monkeys, or I understand this, that you wouldn't be mad at that. Like, you would be mad at that. Let's be real. So yeah, I don't think he had to forgive her for that. And that's his business. Hey y'all, it's Nate. Welcome back to my little corner of YouTube. This video will contain spoilers for Married at First Sight Season 17, Episode 8. So if you haven't seen it yet and you don't want spoilers, save this video and come back after you do. You are about to hear my thoughts on Episode 8, but of course I want to hear yours, so feel free to drop your comments below if you do want to participate in the conversation. Now, what I didn't like about Orion was the way that he, in my opinion, mishandled the outcome of the situation. Again, yes, I think she was wrong. I'm on his side with that. But his reaction after everything settled was wrong. His reaction in the beginning, I can't believe you just said that, sure. But after a few days have passed, he still continued to be bitter about it. And like I said, while I may understand why, I think he was kind of being an asshole, if I just need to put it frank. Saying that he didn't want to continue the marriage, but he did want to continue the process. The marriage is the process. Like, babe, you signed up for Married at First Sight, not 3%. Shout out to you if you get that reference. I also didn't like that he was saying, well, we can't discuss things because of the way that Lauren reacts. Okay, I get it. A lot of this was her fault. Yes, I can admit that. But not all of it is her fault. And I do think that it did reach a certain point where he was just simply unwilling to compromise and unwilling to forgive. And he should have just flat out said that instead of kind of dancing around it. Oh, I think I still want to continue the process. Oh, maybe we could be okay. Let's just spend a little bit of time separate. Just flat out say you don't want to do it anymore so we can move on. I felt like he wasn't taking responsibility for his part in it and how he reacted after. It wasn't that the timing wasn't right and the timing didn't match up for the reason that they didn't meet up. It was because he didn't want to. And he should have just said that. Emily and Brennan, these two were having big issues. When they first got back to their shared apartment, Brennan was like, ooh, now I just wiped on my lip. Now I just wiped on my lip, guys. Hey then, guys. Can't be out here unglossed in these streets. So yeah, Brennan was like, oh, you're intending to stay here? Okay, bet. I'm gonna go work at my house, and then we can rendezvous later.
So you're gonna work here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll probably, like, if I have a morning call, take that here, if that's okay.
Yeah.
And then take that, make some breakfast, and then head to my house. I don't want to be in traffic either, so.
Enjoy, love. Like, basically, that was his energy. Like, oh, you're staying here? That's cute. Like, cute for you. I get it. He wants to be comfortable again. He spent a lot of time with her. And I know some people might think that him saying he was drained was a bad sign. And look, in this case, it might be because he said he's not attracted to her. But needing space and the word space is not a negative word. Some people, myself included, can't be around people 24/7. As long as the other person understands that, you're good. Now, in his case, I think it's that he values his alone time because he doesn't want to be around her, which is different than saying I need that alone time to recharge and kind of get back to myself. But space is not always bad. I just want to like make that clear. Because yeah, in his case, he's not physically attracted to her, and he should have just flat out said it, but the silence is so loud. He's like, I don't want to like embarrass you on TV. You kind of already doing it and you looking like an asshole in the process. Now, I don't know if he's not attracted to her because he's simply not attracted to her, or if it's because of her personality and how she likes to party and how she said he wasn't fun, like if that's the reason why. Because he said that he was feeling this way the entire honeymoon, and that wasn't being shown on camera. Like, yeah, they had issues, but I never felt like it was a I'm not attracted to you type of thing. So he was doing a good job at hiding it. At least that's what we're seeing on cam. Now, I don't know what kind of conversations they are having off cam, if maybe he did tell her the reason why he's not attracted to her, but I have a feeling that something like that is going to come out during the reunion. Does this show have reunions? I don't know. Like I said, I haven't watched since season like 2 or 3. Cameron and Clare. Clare was petty as hell for pointing out the fact that Lauren didn't have her wedding ring on when they were on their way to the airport. Girly, you have plenty of your own issues in your marriage, like mind your business. I do think that these two have actually made progress, so I mean, I was definitely not rooting for them. I can't even say I'm still rooting for them on decision day, but they have made progress. But Cameron was definitely on demon time. He was definitely in his Jigsaw era. He was like, you want to play a game? Like, let's see how messy this can get. Let's see how much we can hate each other.
I'm more inclined, like naturally, to just see how bad it gets.
That's not good.
No, I like to see.
That's a terrible way to do things.
I like to see where the limit is sometimes. I mean,
I feel like that's not being preventative, and that's not helpful.
No, but I like to.
Well, can we not do that?
Wild. She's Catholic. He's agnostic or atheist. He didn't really clarify. But it does seem like he has some trauma around religion. He said that something happened at his church when he was 10, and basically they banished him. That can get tricky, and if you have a trauma rooted in religion, it's going to be hard to get past that. So I don't know if they have a strong enough foundation just yet to work through that, but if they are going to see it through, I hope that they can work through that, because it will cause, you know, some issues. Like I said, especially if it's rooted in a traumatic experience, which adds a layer. It's not that he's just like, you know, religion, I could take it or leave it. It's like, no, something happened to me in a space where I felt like I should have been able to trust people, whatever it was, and he hasn't healed from that. And healing from trauma can be hard. I'm still working through a lot of trauma of my own, so I get it. And also remember that she is, I forget, either a psychologist or a psychiatrist, so she might hear that word, like, she might hear him say like, oh, I have some issues rooted in religion, and try to fix him. I hope that she doesn't take that route, because as his wife, that's not her job. Her job is to be a wife, not to try to be his psychologist or psychiatrist. But not liking to do laundry is not an excuse to only do it once a month. I gotta be real. You can literally outsource that. And he probably makes more money than me, so I know he has the money to outsource. Aside from that, these two are, of course, smooth sailing. They talking about bringing their board games over. They packing up the Nintendo 64. Like, they're good. They seem to have no issues whatsoever. On cam. We don't know what's happening off cam, but I get the feeling that it's pretty genuine for them. They seem to have great attraction, great communication off top. So, yeah, I caught this last week. I said I felt like after episode 8, we would be moving forward with only 3 couples. That's exactly what's happening. Remember, we only started off with 4 of them to begin with, because the one girl who is still remaining anonymous for reasons I don't know, she didn't even go through with the process at all. She said she didn't want to marry a stranger. So we already were down 1. Now we're down another because irreconcilable differences. But I think we all saw that coming. I am still low-key trying to get back into my routine after coming back from Thanksgiving. I realized that was like 2 weeks ago now, but I'm still settling back in. We had a long road trip, so we had to come back, unpack, grocery shopping, getting back in a routine with our rabbits, with jobs, all of that. So I hope you all are settling back in and are having a great week. I will be starting Vlogmas on my channel in a few days. Today is the 7th of December. I'm starting Vlogmas on the 12th. So if you want to stick around and get to know me a little bit more outside of TV show and movie commentary, then stick around for Vlogmas. I'll have the schedule up on my community tab as well. It will be some movie stuff in there, but it's going to be more like, you know, personal type videos, different type of content, because it's Vlogmas, why not? That's why I have my little tree with my candy canes, my 2 candy canes up, because I'm going to be doing Vlogmas. That's it for this video. I cannot wait to see how this all starts to unfold once they meet friends next week, because it's looking like it's about to get a little messy, a little petty, and I'm here for it. If you want to keep in touch until my next video, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye! I'm so excited for Vlogmas, guys. It's going to be my first one, and I hope you guys really like it, so stay tuned for that. And we are out of here. The married at first sight couples are, the married at first fight, Lord, oh no. Camera also looks mad crooked. Like, why you crooked for? Why you crooked? Oh, I'm so zoomed in too. Before Orion officially came out and said saying that he didn't want to continue the marriage, but he wanted to continue the experiment, because he said that he was feeling this in way, he's acknowledged.